Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
Justus von Liebig's 1840 publication, Organic Chemistry and its Application to Agriculture and Physiology, stands as a watershed moment, irrevocably altering the trajectory of both agricultural science and the burgeoning field of organic chemistry. This treatise synthesized existing chemical knowledge with agricultural practices, proposing a revolutionary framework for understanding plant nutrition and soil fertility. To fully appreciate the significance of Liebig's contribution, one must first consider the prevailing scientific climate, a landscape dominated by empirical observation and lacking a coherent theoretical foundation. The prevailing agricultural wisdom, passed down through generations of farmers, relied heavily on practices such as crop rotation and the application of manures, the underlying reasons for which remained largely prior to Liebig. Scientists such as Humphrey Davy had explored the chemical composition of plants and soils, publishing his lectures on agricultural chemistry in 1813. Davy's work, while insightful, remained largely descriptive, failing to provide a unifying theory that could explain the complex interplay between plant life, soil constituents, and atmospheric gases. He emphasized the importance of various soil components but was less definitive regarding the precise nutritional requirements of plants. Nicholas Theodore de Saussures, Recherches chimiques sur la végétation 1804 demonstrated that plants absorbed carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and released oxygen in the presence of sunlight. This groundbreaking work established the principle of photosynthesis, though the intricacies of the process remained to be elucidated. Jean-Baptiste Boussingault conducted meticulous field experiments, quantifying the uptake of nitrogen by plants, demonstrating its necessity for growth. These investigations, though valuable, presented individual pieces of the puzzle, waiting a master synthesizer to assemble them into a cohesive whole. Liebig's genius resided in his ability to integrate these disparate findings within a comprehensive chemical framework. The core tenet of his theory was the mineral theory of plant nutrition. He asserted that plants derive their essential nutrients from inorganic compounds present in the soil, specifically nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, along with other trace elements. He elegantly debunked the prevailing humus theory, which proposed that plants directly assimilated decomposed organic matter from the soil. Liebig demonstrated that while humus played a role in soil structure and water retention, it was not a direct source of nutrition. He emphasized that plants relied upon the mineralization of organic matter, the breakdown of complex organic compounds into simpler inorganic forms that could then be absorbed by the roots. His analytical techniques, meticulously detailed within the 1840 publication, were remarkably sophisticated for the era. Liebig championed the use of quantitative chemical analysis to determine the elemental composition of both plants and soils. He advocated for precise measurements of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and other elements in plant ash, providing a blueprint for determining the nutritional needs of different crops. His description of laboratory procedures, including combustion analysis for determining carbon and hydrogen content, established a standard for chemical investigation that influenced countless subsequent researchers. The processes he outlined for extracting and quantifying mineral components from soil samples permitted, for the first time, a rational basis for fertilizer recommendations. Liebig further elaborated on the role of atmospheric gases in plant growth. Expanding on de Saussures' work, he emphasized the importance of carbon dioxide assimilation through photosynthesis. He proposed that plants utilized sunlight as an energy source to convert carbon dioxide and water into carbohydrates, the fundamental building blocks of plant tissues. He also recognized the significance of nitrogen fixation, though his initial understanding of the process was incomplete. He believed that plants could directly absorb ammonia from the atmosphere, overlooking the crucial role of microorganisms in converting atmospheric nitrogen into usable forms. This particular aspect of his theory was later refined by the publication's immediate impact was nothing short of transformative. Farmers, eager to improve their yields, embraced Liebig's mineral theory and clamoured for access to artificial fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, commonly known as NPK fertilizers. This sparked the rapid development of the fertilizer industry, initially focused on the extraction of phosphates from bones and guano deposits. The British superphosphate industry, pioneered by John Bennett Laws at Rothamsted Experimental Station, emerged directly as a result of Liebig's influence. Laws, initially a skeptic of Liebig's theories, ultimately adopted and refined them, establishing long-term field experiments to test the effectiveness of various fertilizer treatments. Liebig's influence extended beyond the practical realm of agriculture, profoundly shaping the development of organic chemistry as a discipline. His emphasis on quantitative analysis and the identification of organic compounds spurred advancements in laboratory techniques and instrumentation. His work on the chemical composition of plant and animal tissues laid the groundwork for understanding metabolic processes and the role of enzymes in biological reactions. Auguste Kekule, a prominent figure in the development of structural organic chemistry, studied with Liebig, imbibing his rigorous analytical approach and his commitment to understanding the fundamental chemical principles underlying biological phenomena. The reception of Liebig's work was not without its challenges. While his mineral theory gained widespread acceptance, certain aspects of his approach faced criticism. His initial rejection of the humus theory was perhaps overly emphatic, overlooking the important contributions of humus to soil health and water retention. His early formulations regarding nitrogen fixation proved incomplete and required subsequent refinement. Furthermore, the initial application of NPK fertilizers sometimes yielded disappointing results, particularly in soils lacking other essential micronutrients. Critics pointed to these shortcomings as evidence against the universality of Liebig's theory. Subsequent research, however, validated the core principles of Liebig's framework while also addressing its limitations. The discovery of nitrogen-fixing bacteria by Hermann Hellriegel and Hermann Wilfarth in the late 19th century provided a mechanistic explanation for how atmospheric nitrogen is converted into usable forms, plants. This discovery filled a crucial gap in Liebig's understanding of nitrogen cycling. The identification of essential micronutrients, such as iron, manganese, and zinc, further refined their understanding of plant nutritional requirements, demonstrating that a balanced supply of all essential elements is necessary for optimal growth. Liebig's influence on subsequent agricultural research is undeniable. The establishment of agricultural experiment stations, modelled after Law's Rothamsted, became widespread, providing a platform for conducting controlled field trials and testing the effectiveness of various agricultural practices. Scientists like Wilbur Ollin Atwater in the United States championed Liebig's principles and promoted the development of agricultural science education. These institutions, inspired by Liebig's vision, played a pivotal role in advancing agricultural productivity and ensuring food security. The enduring legacy of Liebig's organic chemistry and its application to agriculture and physiology lies not only in its practical applications but also in its profound impact on scientific thinking. He transformed agriculture from an art based on empirical observation into a science grounded in chemical principles. His emphasis on quantitative analysis, his commitment to understanding the fundamental chemical processes underlying biological phenomena, and his ability to integrate disparate findings into a coherent theoretical framework established a new paradigm for agricultural research. While certain aspects of his theory have been refined over time, the core principles of his mineral theory of plant nutrition remain fundamental to modern agricultural science. The fertilizer industry, which he indirectly spawned, continues to play a crucial role in feeding the world's population, albeit with an increasing awareness of the associated environmental challenges. It is a testament to the enduring power of Liebig's vision that his work continues to inform agricultural practices and scientific inquiry to this day. He provided the chemical key, unlocking a new understanding of the Earth's capacity to provide.
We really appreciate you tuning into this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.